Many of us have looked to the night sky and gazed upon the stars of wonder, and you are no exception. But what makes you exceptional is you pursued your dreams to explore those stars. The year is now 2035, and having successfully completed Space Force 1, you are given command of your own Starfleet. The Epsilon 500 Series X, a state-of-the-art craft with a hyperdrive like no other. You head out, awaiting your command from the control center.
We're at a mission elapsed time of 7 days, 13 hours, and 17 minutes. This is Mission Control, Houston.
We think on the middle of the screen, way to the left-hand side. We think you can see a flashing light just a little bit to the left of the center of the screen, very faint.
Yeah, we do see something flashing visually, but we're not sure that might be...
This is Mission Control, Houston. Once again, we believe we were just able to spot in the center, about an inch from
Camera Charlie on the monitor.
the left-hand side of the screen. It's slowly...
With an unusual light spotted out in the distance of space, your mission from Control is to explore and discover what that flashing light is. You set your Starfleet to the trajectory given to you by Control Command, knowing full well that you will have to make a stop to refuel at the Central Space Station of EPSO 236. Your mind is full of wonder at what this mission will bring and what the flashing light could hold. Perhaps a new life form or a new planet in itself. You begin docking procedures and prepare to refuel your shuttle. You set about planning your next course towards the flashing light that you have been missioned to do so, whilst you wait for service droids to tend to your fleet and refuel you for the journey ahead. With your fleet now refueled, you set your sights on your first tricky maneuver, having to use the gravitational pull of the planet Kepling, a stunning fuchsia-colored planet that most refer to as just the pink ball. It is just beyond the planet Kepling that the flashing light was spotted, and so that is where you have set your course. As you prepare to punch the hyperdrive on your control deck, you notice something very wrong, and suddenly alarms begin to ring across the entire fleet. Unable to get a grasp on any gravitation from the planet whatsoever, you realize that the planet is moving on its own speed. And as you round the edges of its dark surface, you quickly realize it is being swallowed by a black hole that has opened just beyond it. You watch on in horror as the beautiful Kepling planet just vanishes before your very eyes. You watch on as other planets surpass you. Burning ball that once was a sun, followed by a moon from another planet, swallowed into the vast abyss before you. And suddenly you realize that you too are being pulled in. Your comm stations begin to panic, and so do you, pressing as many buttons as possible to try and reset your course. Realizing that nothing is working, you have no choice but to ride out whatever is about to face you. You grip your flight controls tightly as your shuttle rattles under the force of its suction into the black hole. Dipping and diving, the electrical storm within strikes your shuttle, causing more fear than ever before. You shut your eyes tight and pray for it to end sooner rather than later. With what appears to be the longest ride of your life, you're spat out the other side of the black hole, left with nothing but a rattling shuttle and a comms warning on repeat that your fuel gauge is empty. Fear strikes you once more as you glance down to see that whatever journey that black hole took you on has left you stranded and floating in space. You soon realize that you are drifting towards an Earth-like planet, and its own gravitational pull is drawing you in. Once more you hold on and brace for impact into an alien atmosphere. You have crash-landed into a water-based alien atmosphere. Most of your ship has broken apart, but the section that you remain in is still intact. There is much electrical equipment snapping and buzzing around you as you struggle to breathe and maintain consciousness. Regaining some level of consciousness, you spot your helmet nearby on the floor. Scrambling towards it for much needed purified air, you slip it onto your head and breathe in deeply and steadily. As you look around at the wreckage whilst catching your breath, you glance up to see that the airlock has been breached. This is the cause for low oxygen within the cabin. You set your sights about fixing the problem, first by climbing up to set its automatic ride over. As your destroyed Starfleet bobs around in alien waters with you inside, you struggle to maintain grip as you attempt to reach for the airlock override. Noticing that it is severely damaged, you will have to find another way around this situation. You clamber back down the ladder, looking for the control panel to override the airlock and manually operate it yourself in order to close it and maintain oxygen levels within the cabin space. Finding the panel, you pull it open, but are caught off guard as sparks zap back at you in angry fever. You fight back, attempting to restore some power so that you can override the airlock controls. Finally, unlocking the manual override, you head back up the ladder to forcibly close the airlock and restore oxygen levels. With the airlock now securely tightened, you make your way towards the control panel, pressing the necessary buttons needed in an attempt to restore air pressure to the cabin and allow much needed oxygen flow, giving you the opportunity to move forward and find a way out. With oxygen now flowing once more throughout the cabin, you take a moment to breathe, removing your helmet, taking in your surroundings and what has just happened. You soon turn your attention to your comms link and satellite navigation systems. Glancing over the star map, you wonder if there is a way to know where you are, or better still, make contact. You set about looking over the constellations, the Sagittarius line link, where you first started your journey, potentially guesstimating where the black hole could have landed you. You fiddle with your star constellations, working out in your mind the distance you travel for you to run out of fuel so quickly, and what other known planets were in the area. Feeling that you have pieced the puzzle together, you attempt to fiddle with the comms communication system in hope to send out a beacon of help. Receiving no signal in return of your efforts, you look to your helmet for inspiration of another method, another way around where you can make contact with at least Center Command or the Central Space Station. With a burst of inspiration, you set about manually editing the comms link using its main override panel, punching in passcode after passcode in an attempt to enter the mainframe. Feeling that you have secured a link, you take your helmet off once more, ensuring its connections are stable, before whispering a prayer to yourself in a last-ditch attempt that this will work and communication can be established. You listen intently for any noise whatsoever, and suddenly,
Have you ever been to Disneyland?
Affirmative.
a rescue mission is heading your way.